You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCVP.
All right. Finally, it's another edition of the WCV podcast a part of the Hockey Podcast Network presented by DraftKings. It's Jarom. It's Tanner. We have been trying to get this episode recorded for 2 days now. And Tanner went through pretty much every reset, upgrade, re-download in the book. And it finally is working.
Yeah, now we got like a stable internet connection for this. I don't know how it changes from 1 week to another, but sometimes you just got to update a router.
I've never heard of that, but I also am not a tech guy. So
yeah. So
what's up, bud? How you doing?
Besides, I'm feeling jazz, man. I'm feeling real jazz. Got playoffs. We're deep. We got some good matchups. Fucking wild matchups. Like, man, internet's working.
It's summer. It's beautiful out. We are happy. We got hockey. We have some news about Arizona to talk about. We have nothing to talk about the Blackhawks, though. So
there's literally nothing.
No, I mean, okay, I brought this before, and I'm gonna bring this up again. What point does it start getting a little concerning that we're not hearing anything about coaches' interviews or anything like that? Do you think it's like till the end of the playoffs, till Stanley Cup's awarded? Do you think, because I mean, you have teams already, like Vegas is talking with I don't know Vegas's interview. They've shortlisted a couple guys. Barry Trotz has talked to a couple teams.
Yeah.
Tortorella has apparently
possibly
talked
to
Philly, which is hilarious. How pissed off do you think Cam Atkinson is? Gets away from him. Now he signs a big ticket with Philly, and then they're gonna bring him in.
I mean, let's see what Cam Atkinson's looking at. Did he even sign like a deal or anything?
I thought he signed when he got traded.
He has 3 years left. At 5.875, modified no trade clause. Did he sign that when he got to Philly, or is that? Oh no, it's his current deal.
Is this current one? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be, but maybe a little Johnny Hockey coming to Philly will make him feel a little bit better about that.
Maybe, but Johnny Hockey's not exactly a Tortorella player,
right? So I don't know. I don't think Tortorella's a NHL coach anymore. Like I don't see it working.
Grit. I mean, I could see Sean Couturier thriving.
Yeah,
he's a pretty goddamn good centerman.
But all right, so original question: are you concerned at all? Like, when do you start kind of like, what's going on here? Like, what? Let's get a little update here.
No, just no.
Just note everything.
I think the focus, I would hope, is them on scouting, because they don't have a first round pick, so you're gonna really want to scout as hard as you can, or just like go through like a lot of video, and like you want to drill these like second round picks that you for sure have. And I don't know, like there's going to be coaches. I don't think that we're going to get one of the top coaches. We wouldn't get like Trotz or somebody unless he like really felt like coming to a rebuilding team. I think we're going to end up getting somebody that's not so proven, that's going to, or if they're just going to stick with Derek King.
That's the more I think about it, I'm kind of okay with Derek King sticking around for just do a 1-year deal kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically, we know what it is. The team's not going to be winning. It's kind of develop the young guys. I would hope that they get somebody that is really good at that.
Unless there's like some game plan where Kyle Davidson sees like potentially available players that he would like to be a part of this team, but still focus on the rebuild, that maybe a certain coach can, bring them in and be like, hey, listen, it's going to be bad this year, but if you come with us, sign with us, stick with it. We got this coach coming in. Here's the plan. Let's go kind of thing. That's the only reason I can see them maybe shooting, but I don't think there's anybody really worth it at this time for them. I think they just need to focus on losing.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say, but it's a rebuild.
Get that first next year. Let's go.
Yeah. I think the draft is July 7th, I believe. So about a month away. So I hope there's a coach by then, before the draft. Definitely, for sure, before free agency.
Just at least some news.
Yeah. So, all right. So that was all for Hawks talk.
Yeah.
So let's get into some NHL talk here. The first kind of it's been a long saga story for the past couple of years is Arizona not being able to lock down a stadium, cannot get a city to approve them building a new stadium. They have a huge joke in the league that they're playing at Arizona State's stadium for the next 3 seasons or 2 seasons at least, three, possibly three. They sat with the city council of Tempe, Arizona, and pretty much made their pitch to why they should be allowed to build their stadium in the city. It's really interesting. I've only seen I've only seen the main highlights. I didn't get to watch like the actual pitch and everything that was being said and all that, but
Yeah.
here are some of the main highlights here. Let me pull up these tweets just because I want to make sure I have it right. NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman says he endorses the Coyotes' plan for the new arena without reservation, and if approved, they will have to sign a document saying that they are not allowed to move. When looking into that, if the stadium gets built, the Coyotes will be locked into the area for 30 years. No relocation.
Yeah.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
That to me, I think seeing the Coyotes history with fan base and all that kind of stuff might get the no vote from the city council. They were also Gary Bettman also said that
they've been there for how many years at this point? Like 30 years?
96.
Yeah, okay. 26?
Yeah.
Just about 30 years.
30 years, but all the issues they've been having in those 26 years. That's a huge investment. So it's like, what happens if that ends up failing? Which you keep fucking the escrow, you keep screwing up revenue sharing across the league because you're stuck now for 30 years in a market that potentially doesn't want you.
What if they just said Arizona doesn't have to follow the salary cap?
Still don't think that does anything.
Yeah. Just go out and sign every top free agent. It's just like playing NHL 22 without the salary cap on.
Yeah. If the Coyotes are able to eventually get the deal done to build a new arena, I was just told this is Kirsten Susel, Susel. She was live tweeting this or was at the event or council hearing. I was just told the league was also guaranteed an NHL draft and all-star game for the city.
Oh, nice.
That makes sense. I mean,
yeah. Well, I would think that
you're fucking
every
gun-ho.
city should get one.
Yeah, if you're fucking gun-ho on staying in Arizona, which is a nice tourist area, you might as well fucking put the all-star game there.
Yeah.
Some other interesting little tidbits that came out about this is that they keep saying that the city will not be paying for the building of any real estate, arena, hotel, entertainment district, etc. It'll all be done with private money. So that's all coming out of, I'm assuming, the owners or whatever kind of group they have to fund this.
Whatever investment group.
Yeah. And last other big thing here is that the owner of the Coyotes, Alex Murillo.
Yeah.
Will get $40 million in cash of non-refundable money to help clean up the trash site where the arena would be built to begin development, even before the deal is 100% approved. So he's going to get $40
million to do trash cleanup?
Yeah. To get this area ready for development. So they could essentially just take the 40 million, thanks, clean it up and do whatever the hell they were originally going to do with that area.
What the fuck?
So clearly they're going all out to try to make this happen. I still personally don't understand why the NHL is trying so hard to keep this going in Arizona. I don't I do and I don't.
I think because it is like a major market for sports. They just want to, I don't know. That team just needs success at some point, but they keep fucking shit up.
So another account on Twitter I saw talking with Stu Cohen. He tweeted out about 14,563 fans in Quebec City tonight for a junior hockey game. Meanwhile, the NHL's Arizona Coyotes will play in a 5,000 seat arena next season. Somehow this makes sense to Gary Bettman.
I mean, it's just like it's not their actual home arena.
Right.
Like they're working on it. I don't know what to fucking tell you, man.
So
Like
clearly, yeah. So clearly, I mean, it's interesting. It's just really, really interesting. Like, I think it'd be like I want them to stay, especially now they got the Kachina back. I would love for them to stay.
I mean, we're talking about like arena issues. Like the Islanders have been going through arena issues for the past like few years. Like it's luckily enough they didn't have to be like relegated to like a fucking college arena because there's enough like going on in New York to be able to do that. But it's like trying to make it work, and I think it's a good place to be. The situation is not great, but like where do you go if you're not in Arizona? Like you want to keep the teams in the West, like even. You want it to be I guess it could be a central team still, but like you go like a second Texas team.
Right, Houston. The main two teams or cities that would probably make most sense for relocation is Houston to keep in the Western Conference, and Quebec because it's Quebec.
Yeah, Albuquerque. It's okay. We have a minor league baseball team. It's cool.
In your backyard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really interesting to see. Like, I don't know when they are actually going to be voting on this to see what happens if it, and it's not even like they're not even voting on if it's going to happen. It's just if they can start developing, like negotiating, developing, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But that also brings the question that if this falls through, how soon does the relocation talk? Because I mean, this I think is their last.
Oh yeah, like what is this? What is the alternative? Like if it doesn't happen.
So do they play 2 years in ASU and then see ya, hit up Quebec or Houston or whatever city can get arena done faster?
I guess. I don't want them to move because it's like one of the closer teams to me. And I think their tickets would be a little bit cheaper than Colorado.
So,
I would go there.
It is definitely going to be interesting to see. I'm very curious on when they are going to actually vote on this. I'm trying to look up really quick.
Oh, is it not? I mean, is it going to be soon?
That's what I'm trying to see.
That's going to be like, you got to hear all the sides.
Yeah, because then they had the main thing, people that are against it is Sky Harbor Airport.
Okay.
Who is saying basically, what was it here?
It's like such a weird conundrum.
Yeah, where is their arguments?
Like
Rats for Sky Harbor making a case that the Coyotes building an arena for reasons due to flight path / noise impacting residents. The FAA does not support residential development within the areas experiencing aviation-related noise levels of day / night averages sound level 65 decibel or greater. FAA's approval of remedial noise migration measures are limited to existing non-compliant development. Since Tempe has the authority over the proposed TED project, the FAA strongly encourages the city of Tempe to ensure compatible land use for its citizen and interested stakeholder as well as those neighboring jurisdictions. So basically it's going to fuck up whatever they want to do with their airport.
Yeah, whatever. The renderings of the new proposed stadium look pretty goddamn cool though.
Right?
Yeah. I just want it to work. There's a lot to do there, Just start being good, Arizona, then you can fucking get a little more pull.
You have to trade for Austin Matthews, and this would be a no-brainer.
Yeah, but what do you give up? Four firsts?
Yeah.
You have 3 firsts this year.
Yeah.
Except that that's not going to happen. I don't think Toronto ever moves Austin Matthews.
Give us Austin Matthews. You can give us every single worst contract that you have on your books.
Yeah.
We'll give you and they'll give them the rights to Phil Kessel back.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
So
Kessel for Matthews, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Just the rights to sign.
Toronto's coming off like a fucking bandit in that trade. Just a 1-for-1. Not even no draft picks allowed.
No.
I don't know. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. I'm sure we're gonna have more news on this as the days go on and all that. So like I said, I want them to stay because I really like the Kachina jersey and I want that to be around for much longer.
Yeah, you can't get the Kachina jersey if you're in Quebec City. I don't think that's how it works.
Although the Nordiques jersey coming back would be sick.
I don't really give a shit about the Nordiques jersey, to be honest.
Yeah,
It's I don't know. It's I guess so. It's I never thought it was like that cool.
It's a classic.
Yeah, I like classic jerseys are pretty dope, but like I don't know, like I think it looks great as a classic.
It wasn't like overdone. It wasn't like in your face. It was just very simple, minimalist logo.
Yeah, I mean the logo looks like a fucking elephant.
Maybe that's why I like it. I don't know.
You like thick chicks, got it.
Just ignore the elephant on my arm.
Yeah.
So, all right. So yeah, that's pretty much there. What's going on there in Arizona? We will, if anything changes while we're recording, we'll talk about it. But what we tried doing yesterday when we were having issues recording, we tried to just at least do our predictions for the conference finals, and that was miserable. So I tweeted and posted on Instagram the little graphics of who we picked. I guess we'll talk really quick, just kind of explain what we were saying. I'm kind of glad what I said yesterday didn't come in effect because New York just fucking proved me wrong yesterday.
I don't even remember what we said.
So let's start with the Western Conference then here. We got Colorado versus the Edmonton Oilers. We both took Colorado. I took them in 5. You took them in 6.
Hell yeah.
What were you thinking when you made your choice?
I just didn't think McDavid would go down in like I think they're gonna win at least 2. Just because purely off of McDavid. And now after game 1 and not having Kemper, like Francois, Frankie, he's he's playing good. They just finished their first period of the second game. He's not a bad goalie, but like having Kemper definitely helps out a lot more. But on the other side, it's still Mike Smith, and he might just trip over his skates the entire game. You never fucking know.
Yeah, you never know. Mike Smith, you can either have the guy that lets in a goal from the opposite blue line, or you have a guy that just stands on his head.
Or he goes behind the net and kicks the puck out in front, and you get a nice easy tap in.
It's so funny, like the two. Yeah, it's so funny. Like the difference is between the two series in net.
Oh yeah,
like you got the Western Conference. It's like literally, I think you put puck on net, there's a good chance it's going in. Where in the Eastern Conference, you have 2 of the top elite goaltenders.
Yeah,
despite what
the best in the league at this point.
Yeah. And honestly, the way I see this series going, it's Connor McDavid versus the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
And originally I was saying, like, thank God for Darcy Kemper. That is the only reason why they have a chance, because I'm not sold on Darcy Kemper as the goalie. Like, I feel like this is going to go down. If Colorado comes out with a Stanley Cup and Darcy Kemper, like, comes back and he's able to play, this is going to go down into it doesn't matter who you have in net as long as the team in front of you is good.
Yeah.
Because Kemper is not good.
See, here's the crazy thing is Kemper came from Arizona. And for whatever reason, and I think I know the reason, is because Arizona goalies get fucking shelled on a regular basis. They actually tend to look pretty goddamn good by the end of the season because they're so fucking used to getting like close to 50 shots against that, like facing 30 shots in certain games, they look like they're standing on their head.
Well,
And then they get to play with a team that only lets up like good chances. And you're like, fuck, like they look kind of pedestrian in comparison to like what they did on Arizona.
was that in the bubble when Colorado played Arizona and Colorado put like 60 shots or something on Kemper and he only let in like 1 or 2?
Yeah, he stole a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, and then the same happened when they used to have Brizgalov. And then did they have no, they didn't have Dubnyk, did they? No, Nashville had Dubnyk.
They had Mike Smith.
They did have Mike Smith. He led them to a conference final.
That was the whole Smith flopping with Shaw in the playoffs.
Dude, this also just to bring up this like 8K camera that they
this
again,
is so
this face-off is
sick.
crazy. I didn't know that they did that.
Are they bringing them for everybody, or is it just when McKinnon and McDavid are facing off against each other?
No,
That's
I
the
saw
case. That's
Kadri.
really
I saw
fucking
Kadri
cool.
earlier. Yeah, like I've been like kind of able to pay attention to the games. I haven't fully watched like all of them. I don't know if they've been doing the whole playoffs, but I haven't noticed it until now. But like anytime there's a face off in the corners, like they have this camera that's like an 8K camera that they show sometimes. Like they're not going to show it like every time, but it's just like it looks insane. It's cool as fuck, and I like it.
Yeah, we were saying before we were recording, like it's gonna be insane when that's the standard for TV. When like,
yeah,
the main camera's gonna be like that.
Oh man. But yeah, like I think Arizona really highlights goalies because the goalies need to play really well in order to get wins. They face a lot of shots. And it's weird. And I think the Hawks might have something like that next year, but I don't think we have the goalies to prove it.
Oh no, right now we are going to be let up a lot of goals. Like I am thinking we're going to be flirting with most goals allowed in a single season category right now, unless they do something major.
Mrazek's coming to Chicago.
You heard it here first.
I have a feeling. I said it a few times before too. I still think it's going to happen. Toronto's going to need to move salary. Mrazek's not their number one. Like they're going to need to shed salary, and we're going to be able to take advantage unless somehow like goes to Arizona, baby. I don't know.
I edit the Leafs Guy podcast. I think I'm gonna reach out to him and ask him, James Taddy, about Mrazek if they're actively thinking he's gonna actively be moved, and see
he's got a modified no trade clause and like 2 to 3 years left at like $4 million, and he was their backup.
I'm curious so him being a Leafs insider, I'm curious to see what he thinks it's going to take for Toronto to
he's got 2 years left at 3.8.
It's 2 years?
2 years at 3.8.
I thought he signed a 2-year deal.
No, he signed a 3-year deal.
Oh, fuck. I don't want him now.
There's 2 years left at 3.8.
I thought it was a 1-year thing.
Nah, man. I would still take that 3.8.
Okay, now I want the first
for like
round
a
pick.
first.
Yeah, now I want a first round pick for that.
Yeah.
But I don't even think they have a first round pick.
They do.
Next year.
Yeah, they do.
They do next year?
They have their next 3 first round picks.
What am I thinking of?
I don't know. They don't have like they have 3 picks.
Year.
They have 3 picks in this draft, and it's 1st, 3rd, and 7th. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I just think so. Back to the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know how we got tailed off so hard on that.
We started talking about goalies.
Yeah.
And I just.
Oh yeah.
I don't see Edmonton being able to stay with Colorado. Like Colorado is just too much of a complete team compared to the Oilers.
Yeah. And one of the things that hurts them is like Sam Girard being out, because they probably do have one of the best defensive cores in the league.
Yeah.
But either way, like you still have they had 3 or 4. I don't know, because Landeskog was hurt for like the last part of the season, so I don't know if he reached 90 points. But like Kadri, Rantanen, McKinnon, and then Landeskog, if he was healthy, were all probably like 90+ point players. Like that's so many threats.
Yeah.
And that's just in the forwards because you still have Cale Makar on the blue line.
Makar has been
like
unreal.
It's crazy. That goal. So also, what do you think about? Everybody's like, what do you think about the Cale Makar goal in the game one?
The right call.
Yeah, I mean, did he mean to do it? Probably not. It doesn't look like it. I think it's just natural emotion. But did he touch it? No.
No,
and it's a weird call, but like that's the thing that you can do as long as you're not touching it.
If you're looking at the rules,
yeah,
that's a clear-cut onside play. He wasn't over the blue. He didn't touch it until I forgot who that was on the board was out.
It was Nichushkin.
Yeah, like I don't understand why people are like that's a horseshit call and all this kind of stuff.
Because they probably want Edmonton to win.
Hockey fans, the pursuit for the Stanley Cup is on, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has an unbelievable offer for the most exciting playoffs in sports. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $100 in free bets no matter what, win or lose. Looking to turn a small bet into a big payday during the playoffs? With DraftKings same game parlays, you can do just that. Create your own parlay by combining multiple bets like which team will win, how many goals will be scored, and more. It's your shot at even bigger payouts. Said that really weird. Sorry, boys. DraftKings is safe and secure and reliable, and best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code THPN. Bet $5 on any NHL team to win and get $100 in free bets no matter what. That's code THPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Minimum age requirement. Eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Yeah, I don't know.
But also, what a fucking snipe afterwards, though. Jesus Christ.
He's so good.
It's not fair.
He's so good. And isn't he signed pretty cheap too?
No, 9.5. Oh,
so let's go. Avalanche. Kadri, baby.
Kadri not being suspended in the playoffs, man. He's a pretty big player for him.
How long until you start seeing like Kadri and Evander Kane getting into it? I kind of feel like those are two like those like pest type of guys.
Yeah, but I has Kadri really gotten into it with anybody besides like the people trying to go after him after Binnington getting hurt?
Oh, should we talk about that too really quick?
Oh yeah.
Binnington's response to his explanation that it was a God-given opportunity to throw his water bottle at Kadri.
Yeah, what a fucking clown.
And he fucking said it like he was, oh man, I'm gonna turn so many people onto my side here. Like he
just a trash player. I hope that team just like fails. Oh Jesus! Sorry, Colorado's on fire right now. Mike Smith, this is what happens. Mike Smith just crumbles. But like this is like Edmonton doesn't have a chance. I don't understand why they decide to not put a team around the best player in the league. They just force McDavid to do it himself. And also Edmonton fans that are just like, oh, Smitty's the fucking man. It's like, no, dude. Mike Smith is not good.
How many times has he been pulled this playoffs?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, dude. I just, even just seeing this, I don't think there's a way that Colorado loses this series.
Oh my God, and he signed for one more year.
Yeah, I think Koskinen's up though.
Yeah, Koskinen's up.
And then it's always in the offseason, like Edmonton needs a goalie, and then they're gonna go out and sign like Braden Holtby or something like that.
We're gonna pick up Mrazek.
They're not gonna pick up Mrazek. They'll get like Anton Hudobin. They'll trade for him. They'll trade Dallas for the signing rights of Braden Holtby. They'll trade for Hudobin, and then they'll also just trade for the cap space of Ben Bishop. So just so they can have all those guys. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be, oh man, like what's Edmonton gonna do in goal? And they're not gonna fucking do anything. And
like
they're
Jack
gonna be like,
Campbell going up there.
Jack Campbell? I don't know, man. Jack Campbell's he's definitely too nice to say no.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this team's gonna do. Like,
Oh man, I think is it did Darnell Nurse? Nope, his contract kicks in next year at 9.25.
Yep. One more year of Keith at 5.5.
Darnell Nurse is going to be making more money than Leon Draisaitl on the
Tyson
same team.
Berry for two more years at 4.5. Cody
Which-
Ceci for 3 more years.
They're going to have $7 million in cap space, and they
Yeah.
have a lot of people to sign. Like Yamamoto and Puljujärvi, and Evander Kane if they wanted to keep them. But what are you gonna like Edmonton? What are you gonna do? You don't have a goalie. You have, I don't know, man.
Your D's shit, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're relying on Cody Ceci and Duncan Keith. Ugh.
Tyson Berry, Evan Bouchard. Like
Cody
who plays
Ceci's only
who
28
plays
years old.
who plays actual defense on that team? Just Darnell Nurse. Chris Russell blocks shots, but guess what? His contract's up after this year.
Isn't he like injured too?
Yeah, he's always hurt. He's blocking so many shots.
Oh, I'm thinking of Clefbaum.
Yeah.
He's
in Seattle.
Yeah, he's on Seattle.
Clefbaum?
Yeah. He's on their LTIR.
Wait. Who did Seattle take from Edmonton? Oh my God, why can't I think of it? There's another one.
Oh, it's another one. Let's go. Fuck you, Mike Smith.
Where the fuck's Seattle? They took Adam Larson. That's right. Okay, yeah. I'm getting Larson and Clefbaum mixed up. Okay.
Because they thought that they were gonna take Clefbaum just so they can just toss him on the IR. They thought they were gonna make a deal with him,
Yeah.
with them, and then they going like, nope, we're gonna sign Larson.
Well, I mean, as we're talking about this team, they've literally given up 3 goals since we started talking about it. They're just going to be so overpowered.
All right, well, the under's hitting so far, so they can stop scoring, and let's finish a 3-0 game so I can win my little bet here.
What would be kind of funny is I think last time we recorded, it was Edmonton and Calgary, and I was like, Calgary's up 1-0, but you never know. They could end up losing this game. They fucking went up and lost the game. So, I mean, I don't even know what the score was to start the game last time, but ended 6-8. Like, that shit could still happen. So, by the time you're listening to this,
2 minutes and 4 seconds.
It might end up 3-0. It might end up fucking 9-7. Who knows? Do you want to move on and talk about the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, I might as well. So yeah, that's the main thing right there. It's Colorado series, I think. I don't think there's anything Edmonton can do. McDavid's probably going to steal you a game or two, but that's about it.
Yeah.
The other series, which kicked off last night in New York, or 2 nights ago in New York, was the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. You have the defending Stanley Cup champions coming in on 8 days rest against the
back to back. Oh, you said back to back Stanley Cup champions against the Rangers.
Yeah. Against the New York Rangers, who honestly probably just happy to be there, type of thing. Like nobody saw. I mentioned this yesterday that when we were trying to record that you did pick New York if there was ever going to be like a long shot to make some noise. You did pick New York Rangers, so good on you.
Yeah, man. It wasn't looking good in the first round, but damn.
Yeah, so this had all the making of a Tampa Bay slaughter for game 1.
Yeah.
And
which also I didn't think he was going to be at MSG for like the longest time.
You literally said it last episode.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, because
I said it was going to be at MSG.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure out who. I was like, who's home and who's away, and you said whoever wins against New York, Carolina, because
that's right.
Carolina finished first, New York was second, and then Tampa was third in their division.
I completely forgot it. Well, it's not that they were third in their divisions. They actually both teams finished with 110 points. It's just the Rangers finished with more regulation wins.
Oh, all right. Well,
crazy.
But
sometimes they get things right and forget.
So we both took Tampa Bay. I'm taking them in 6. You're taking them in 7.
Yeah.
I thought me saying 6 was a little bit of a stretch, but after game 1, I'm feeling a little bit better about that.
Here's the thing though, like they would have to win back-to-back games to beat Tampa in 7 games. No. They'd have to win back-to-back games to beat Tampa in 6 games. They can do it in 7, but I don't know. Nobody's beat Tampa back-to-back. So is it possible? Are they going to do it game 2? But I just didn't. Everybody was thinking like, oh, like they haven't played a real tough like goalie like the entire playoffs. And I was like, yeah, man, that's gonna be fucking real tough. Going to go from Antti Ranta, Kochetkov, mostly Louis Domingue, a little bit of Casey DeSmith, and a little taste of Tristan Jarry to going to Vasilevsky, who's just been playing out of his mind. But I mean, I guess the too long of rest kind of hurt Tampa, you know?
Yeah, going into where was it? We text too much on our group chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so going into game 1, Vasilevsky could have been the 4th goaltender in NHL history to allow 1 goal or fewer in 6 straight postseason games. That right there is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Then you look at Igor, who with the going into game 1, he had 6 straight home wins in the playoffs, and if he did, which he did, won 7 in a row, was the first goalie to do that since 2014 Corey Crawford.
Ooh,
which is
cool.
also ridiculous. And
Yeah.
speaking of ridiculous goalie stats, let me pull up Igor's last 3 games.
Yeah.
Carolina,
yeah,
he wins 2 goals against, 39 saves or 39 shots against for 37 saves, a 949 save percentage. Carolina,
yes.
2 goals against, 39 save shots.
This is game 7 now.
Yeah, game 7, 39 shots faced, 37 saves for a 949 save percentage. Game 1 against Tampa Bay Lightning, the defending Stanley Cup champions. Guess where we're going with this?
Yeah.
2 goals against, 39 shots faced, 37 saves for a 949 save percentage.
It's consistency.
This kid is
what it's all about.
Freak, man.
I mean, that's what the best part is the goaltending matchup is going to be just out of this world for this one. It's literally the opposite of what's going on in the Western Conference. Even though the score doesn't reflect it, like you don't get 2 games of like 3+ goals at least against Vasilevsky in the playoffs.
What's insane though too about this though is it could be like this, like the Western Conference, except the first game ended 6-2, which I could have totally see that being a final score of the series. I just think that Tampa Bay is the team that's more capable of doing that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at Tampa Bay's team is just ridiculous. Stamkos, I don't know if you saw his one-timer goal in the first. I think it was the second goal of the game. Dude, holy shit. What a fucking snipe that guy has. Like, and it's insane, too, that people were counting Stamkos out, saying, like, oh, they're going to move on from him, and, like, is he done? All this kind of stuff. And he's coming up this year and just having a fucking insane season.
Yeah. He's still really goddamn good.
God, he's so good.
And it's also really funny that what did the Rangers scored like 3 in the second or something like that?
Let me pull it up really quick here.
Either way, they scored more goals in 1 game than Florida scored in 4. And they did it they scored more goals in like 2.5 periods than Florida scored in 4.
So, yeah, so the Rangers scored 6 goals on Tampa Bay in game 1. Florida Panthers scored 3 goals in 4 games against Tampa. They scored 3 goals in the second, 1-3-2. None of them were empty netters, to answer your earlier question before we started recording. Kreider.
I mean, Rangers are just feeling it right now too, which is a scary thing.
They had that big game 7 momentum.
So well.
Like,
yeah,
I mean, that's you always kind of wonder like who's got the advantage, the team that got 8 days rest or the team that has got the momentum of winning a big game 7. And I feel like at least for game 1, you got to go with the team that just won.
Yeah. Oh
You're,
god, yeah. Especially when they're at home too. Like that's
yeah, you win game 7 on the road, you come home to MSG, which is like that place. People always say whenever the team's playing, the Knicks and the Rangers are playing good, that is just a completely different atmosphere
yeah.
of a building.
The house is rocking.
Like you got coming home there, you got the fans rocking, you got the chanting Igor's better at Vasilevsky. Like
Yeah, that's awesome.
Honestly, I think I would bet the house on Tampa Bay for game 2.
Oh yeah.
I
don't think there's any way that they're scoring more than one, but I don't know. Crazier things have happened.
I think it might
like
be
if they
massacre.
scored 6 in the first game.
Yeah, I think game 2 it might be a massacre for Tampa. Like they are just going to fucking Big Brother's gonna come in and tell little brother, fuck you. Here we go. Like, but I don't know. So I have, so like I said, I had Tampa in 6. You have Tampa in 7. We both got the Tampa Colorado Stanley Cup final, which at this point, it's the only.
I think it's kind of funny though too, the similarities between the Rangers and Tampa. Like you each have the 2 of the best goalies in the league, which are both Russian guys.
Yeah.
You have 2 of the best wingers in the league who are both Russian guys. You have 2 first overall draft picks from Canada in Stamkos and Lafreniere. It's just like, okay, Ryan McDonough played for both teams.
This is true.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of similarities, and it would be really funny, and it would kind of suck if the Rangers became like the new Tampa Bay after like a few years.
If you're Rangers, like if you're the Rangers and Rangers fans, you got to get excited with what you just said there, the similarities and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's laid out. Like the path for them to be Tampa Bay is there. Like you got the great support, like player, you got the role players out there, kind of like, finding their spot. Adam Fox is a Hedman type. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah,
top.
true.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm so jealous of the Rangers fans because of how they did their rebuild.
Yeah, they got very lucky though too.
Right. Yeah. That is fair.
It helps to accelerate the rebuild when you end up getting 2nd overall and 1st overall in back-to-back drafts when you were not even close to the bottom of the league.
You don't have a GM trading away picks for nothing, for no reason.
Yeah. Like they didn't make that Jacob Trouba trade and give away a 1st rounder.
Oh my! Did he have another? He had another hit that game 1, right?
Oh, Trouba. He's been just killing everybody.
Yeah, watching an NHL 66, like in the comments on the side, somebody goes, "Oh, here comes Jacob," in parentheses, or here, like, "Oh, another hit from Jacob," in parentheses. Here comes Trouba.
That's the nickname.
Yeah, his nickname is Here Comes Trouba. So Jacob, here comes Trouba.
Oh my god,
I thought that was pretty funny, but yeah, man, in my opinion, as cool as it would see New York Rangers in the final. I think the Tampa Bay versus Colorado is a much more entertaining final and would make for a better series.
It would definitely. I mean, 2 of the best teams, or I mean, the back-to-back Stanley Cup champions and one of the best teams in the league for the last few years, actually getting a chance to go at it. Like it's basically the final we should have probably had last year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be really nice, and I
just really hope that Edmonton doesn't pull it out, because then Tampa's just gonna win in 4.
Yeah. The condition for the Keith trade is Edmonton have to go to the final.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's all right. It's only a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, so that's pretty much what's going on in the playoff right now. What we're thinking. As I pulled up NHL.com too to look up game 1, a couple things came to mind. You mentioned this before we started recording. Daryl Sutter wins, or Sutter. Was it Sutter?
I don't. It's Sutter, but I always say Suter.
Yeah.
Because I'm just so used to saying Suter. Yeah, and then it's like,
wants,
oh yeah, that one's Sutter.
he won the Jack Adams Award, so congrats to him.
Best coach in the league.
Yeah, Montreal Canadiens and Martin St. Louis agree to terms, so he is now officially the head coach of the Montreal Canadiens.
Yep.
At his presser, it's kind of funny. They were asked if any other teams, showed interest, and he says, "My son's Bantam team asked a little bit if I was going to coach in the NHL again or not, but that's about it." I mean, I love St. Louis and what he did with Cole Caulfield. I mean, I am really excited what he can do with the full season with him.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a crazy. It was the turnaround was insane for Caulfield once St. Louis came in. So, yeah, like you said, it's going to be pretty exciting to see what he does next year, that full season with him. Yeah, I don't expect them to be in the bottom any. I mean, obviously they have the first overall pick. They did have a lot of injury issues this year. They didn't have Carey Price for literally almost the entire season, which not even sure if he's going to be coming back.
Yeah. That's a good question.
Mrazek came to Montreal.
Mrazek has now been associated with every possible team, I think, on this show.
Yeah. They got to move him. So we'll see. Colorado just makes Edmonton look silly.
Yeah. Another quick thing here too. At Carolina's end of season media. Seth Jarvis kind of talking about Trouba, said the only thing he remembers from Game 7 was when he was hit by Jake Trouba or an early power play, watching him in the third and going in the back, and then Kakaniemi driving him home.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's all he remembers. I mean, that was a scary hit for him. Yeah. That's really all I got. I mean, you got anything else?
No.
So yeah, this is a nice little quick episode here after fucking
technical issues,
technical difficulties here. Yeah, we have. Let's see. Next time we record, depending on when we decide to do it, could we have a final team yet?
I mean, if there was a sweep, possibly.
Yeah, probably not.
But not likely.
Not likely. All right, yeah. Oh, that's another thing too, real quick. Did you watch Shorzy yet?
Oh, I saw the first episode.
What do you think?
I like it. I just haven't had the chance to actually watch more, but yeah, it's good.
It's really cool seeing Jared Kiso as Shorzy and not Wayne. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so the first episode. So you haven't had Terry Ryan or any of the other guys coming in yet. Oh my god, the guys that he brings in, they call them those sluts. The sluts they bring in is fucking unreal. So goddamn funny. My only complaint about this show is the same thing you complain with Letterkenny, is that they hook you, it's really good, and then they stop you at 6 episodes.
Okay.
So, but it's really good. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. Check out Shorzy. It's on Hulu, and if you're listening in Canada, it's on Crave TV. Yeah.
Crave.
Other than that,
what you crave?
What's crave? I got nothing. So I think we'll just wrap this up. Episode 179. What do you want to call it, Tanner?
Oh my god. I don't know, man. These 8K cameras are crazy. What would it be? It's hard when there's no Hawks news to actually come up with a name for an episode. Stamkos is still good.
God, so they miss a high stick from Draisaitl.
We want Colorado versus Tampa.
Feed us Tampa, Colorado. How about that?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so make sure to follow us.
The Rangers need that heartbreak like the Hawks had in 2009. This is where they need to get, and then they get shut down in Game 7 OT or something.
Only gonna make them stronger. That's all.
Exactly, and that's all. It's a growing moment for him. Also, Philip Hedl, he's just decided that he's going to be absolutely amazing in the last few games. He just scored shit ton of goals. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there. I forgot about that.
Okay. All right. So make sure to follow us on Spotify, subscribe to us on YouTube and on Apple Podcasts, 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Social media at WCB Podcast. Follow the big guys at Hockey Pod or the Hockey Pod Network at HockeyPodNet. DraftKings promo code THPN. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Fuck yeah. All right. Love you, boys. Bye.